Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Brandon Hodge. So this news episode is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, get them through SeatGeek. Use my last name at checkout as your promo code Hodge, and you will get $20 off your tickets. This is for first-time orders only. So if you see before, make a new account, you can still use that code and save yourselves $20 off your tickets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this up with the first news story of the day. So this one is quite a large one. It was happening like during SmackDown last night. So as the show was on TV, they were actually in the process of like announcing they have fired wrestlers, or it was coming out in the news and the dirt sheets that wrestlers had been released. And it's like, what's going on? The show's literally on. But of course, it would be wrestlers that weren't like on television or weren't even on the show, or wrestlers they haven't used in a while, or wrestlers they're paying just to sit at home because they have nothing for them, or maybe some of them were just wrestlers who their contract simply just expired. So they released like 10 wrestlers. We're not going to go through the full list, and I'll put the list on screen now. But notably from this list, you got Sonya Deville. She was with the WWE for like 10 years. They just kind of really never came up with anything for her. And yeah, she kind of never got to that next level. She was always like kind of there, and then all of a sudden she was off TV and she was down here and came back and was like never back to level. And then yeah, basically they decided not to renew her contract. Another notable one here is AOP. They tried very, very hard in AOP. I mean, you cannot say they didn't try. They tried many times with AOP, never quite got where to the level that everyone was hoping it would. So yeah, released out of their contracts for that one. Next one is actually the Good Brothers. There's Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson. Okay, so they were released before, right? And then AJ brought them back. AJ Styles brought them back because they wanted them with the, yeah, basically it never worked out. And AJ's not barely even back now. So yeah, it was a whole process. It's just people they haven't used in a while or had nothing for in a while. So that's agreeable. And then of course the rest of the numbers of people are from like NXT, from the Performance Center. And they obviously have to do that kind of thing to make room for more talent, make room for more wrestlers in the company, because there's only so many spots, there's only so much TV time. So this isn't part of the business, but luckily WWE is not the only wrestling business in the world, and these wrestlers can go to another wrestling company and wrestle and maybe be an actual star there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Go and get those juice boxes out. Get those juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick this off with the first rumor of the day. The first rumor of the day is about my favorite premium live event. My favorite one, of course, outside the big four. You got Money in the Bank. I just love it. It's a ladder match going after the briefcase. It's so cool. I actually went to Money in the Bank last year. As you guys, if you watch the channel at all, I mean, the briefcase is kind of covering it now, but got the chair there from when I went and got floor up there in Toronto, Canada last year. There's a vlog on the channel if you guys didn't check that one out. But ultimately, that was an international Money in the Bank because it was in Canada. It was international compared to the US-based, WWE company. And then the previous year before that, it was like in London, right? It was like London, England, which is also an international Money in the Bank. So ultimately, this rumor is saying this year's Money in the Bank, surprisingly, is also going to be an international Money in the Bank. I thought Money in the Bank was coming back to the States this year. But apparently no, it's going somewhere else, and apparently it's not going to be in North America this year. So it's not happening in like Canada or US or Mexico or like anywhere like that. It's going to be happening overseas somewhere. So it's going to be going for Europe. Of course, in September, they're doing the Paris show. So I don't know, it could literally be anywhere in the world. I mean, it doesn't have to be in Europe. It could be literally anywhere in the freaking world. I don't know. Money in the Bank is apparently going to be an international show. Apparently it's being moved to July, because July they're penciling in an international show. And ultimately, that's all I got for you guys. All I know is they're doing an international show in July. Money in the Bank's rumored to be an international show, so we could assume that Money in the Bank is that July show. We just don't know where it's going to be at yet, and hopefully they announce that soon. And of course, with all the shows for the rest of the year, because I'm trying to plan my year, guys. I got to know where these shows are going to be, because I don't want to be out of town, or I want to know if I have to travel somewhere for a special show. WWE, you guys got to release like your whole year of shows and where they're going to be at, because King of Vlogs likes going to shows. I like going to wrestling shows, doing vlogs, having fun, having a good time, but I want to know where they're going to be for the rest of the year. So I got to release that, guys. But ultimately, Money in the Bank apparently is going to be an international show. We just don't know what country's getting it yet. Alright, the next rumor, we're going to be talking about the Elimination Chamber. So more specifically, this is about our tribal chief and our true head of the table. We're talking about Roman Reigns here in Elimination Chamber. So ultimately, Roman Reigns is injured indefinitely, right? He got like a double-footed curb stomp into the mat at Royal Rumble. Like, what was that? It was like outside the ring, of course, in the mat. surrounding the ring. It's like a double one. Like, of course, Seth Rollins does the curb stomp where he stomps someone's head on the ground with one foot, He didn't do that for Roman. He did it with 2 feet, both feet crushing his head. That's awful. That's just awful. And they've announced, of course, Roman is indefinitely injured. We don't know when Roman's going to be back. So, ultimately, why did this happen? Why is Roman not coming back at any point? Like, well, why did they decide not to have him back on TV? So, ultimately, the reason for this is they don't want Roman in the Elimination Chamber. The reason they don't want Roman in the Elimination Chamber is because Roman Reigns would look really weak if he got pinned in the Elimination Chamber, and they don't want that. So they don't want Roman getting pinned in the Elimination Chamber. How do you have that happen? Well, there's only 2 options. Either he wins the match, or he's not in the match at all. So basically, they didn't want him on TV and being like, oh, he didn't qualify for the Chamber, because that makes him look bad. Don't want him pinned in the Chamber, so yeah, basically just wrote him off TV. So that is the reason Roman Reigns is not in the Elimination Chamber and probably is not going to be at the show at all. We might not see him until we get closer to WrestleMania, maybe, or something like that, to start like a build-up match. Then that will lead us directly into our WrestleMania 41 plan. So this rumor is saying WrestleMania 41, we are planning to have a triple threat match. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. Let me just give it to pitch it to you guys here. So, of course, Roman Reigns is going to wrestle at WrestleMania, but who's going to wrestle? Well, of course, the rumors are saying The Rock, but then The Rock's not wrestling now. It keeps going back and forth. I hear The Rock's wrestling, he's not wrestling. Oh, he's mad they said he wasn't wrestling, so now he's wrestling. No, he's not wrestling. And as of right now, he's not wrestling, I guess. So I don't really understand that. But basically, Roman is not wrestling The Rock, so who in the heck is Roman going to wrestle? Apparently, he's going to be thrown into a triple threat match with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, triple threat match. For what reason? I don't understand. I mean, again, it kind of, you started that at Royal Rumble, but of course, they made the decision before that. Why did they decide to do that? Ultimately, I feel like they didn't have anything for them as far as being in title matches or anything like that. So they just said, okay, we don't got any for these 3 of our top guys. What do we do with them? Just put them in a triple threat and have them wrestle each other. It's kind of like a lazy, easy way out of the booking on that. But I don't know, and I don't know what's happening as far as the other matches. Given Cena's not in this to make this a fatal 4-way, I would imagine Cena's going to be in one of the title matches, and then of course Jey Uso's in the other title match. I believe that's the way things are going for Mania, and definitely the complete opposite way that I thought things were going a few weeks ago, because everything has changed and it was very unpredictable. As Cody said like months ago, saying the WrestleMania matches are going to be unpredictable, something no one is expecting, and I definitely did not expect any of this. And that's going to lead us right in, and I kind of gave a tease here. So this leads us right into the main event of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I'm going to be talking about inside this episode of WWE News Rumors. We're talking about none other than Mr. Super Cena himself, John Cena, on his 2025 retirement tour. Okay, so Cena is wrestling Elimination Chamber, as we know, but Cena's not currently on TV during his retirement tour. He's currently not doing the retirement tour. Currently, it's paused. I don't know. Okay, we do know why. He's filming a movie, so he's like in some country in the middle of nowhere filming a movie. But that was a previous obligation I guess he had before he kind of decided to do the retirement tour. So hopefully after that movie's done, he'll actually come to WWE and be like a wrestler for the full time. But I mean, he's not doing like every show, as we know. He's only doing like, what they say, like 35 or 40 dates or something like that. Don't quote me on that, because I'm just kind of like talking right now. But basically, this rumor is saying John Cena's in the Elimination Chamber, of course. He's already qualified, kind of. He didn't need to qualify because he's John Cena. He's going to be in that match, and he's actually going to win that match. That's what this rumor is saying. John Cena will be the winner of the Elimination Chamber, which will give him a #1 contendership for the championship at WrestleMania, I guess. And that will go Cody Rhodes, John Cena, head-to-head, one of the biggest matches, and that's going to be the kind of the story going into WrestleMania 41, is John Cena is chasing that 17th championship, because that would break the record of Ric Flair, and he had the most like championships ever, I guess, in the history of WWE or whatever, as far as the WWE World title is concerned, I guess. He would beat Ric Flair's record, right? And that would make John Cena like have the most championships in the history of wrestling. And he said he wants to do that to be able to shake the hand of the person who beats him next, just like he's going to shake Ric Flair's hand when he beats his record. So yeah, basically, that is the kind of story. That's where WrestleMania is going, and apparently that's where Elimination Chamber is going. But all this is rumors. I'll take it with a grain of salt, because it may be true, or it may not be true. So there you guys have it. That's going to do it for this episode. Let me know your thoughts on all these news stories, rumors in the comment section down below. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm your one and only undisputed king of vlog style, Brandon Hodge, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.